All right, it is September 25th. So we are at the final stretch here. First weigh off is in a few days. So the first pumpkin will be harvested on Friday. Today is Tuesday. So the end is near for sure. Let me turn you around and I'll talk to you a little bit about what I'm thinking of doing, which pumpkin to which weigh off. I still have 3 pumpkins, believe it or not, which is really exciting, which means I can go to all 3 of the Northern California weigh-offs. We have the Hard Rock National Pumpkin Weigh-Off in Bishops. At Bishops Pumpkin Ranch is first, that's this coming weekend. And then we have a pumpkin weigh-off in Elk Grove. And then the final one is Half Moon Bay, 3 weeks from today. So I have 3 pumpkins. I can still go for 4,300 or 4,500 goal to earn a jacket, as long as they make it. And I'll show you, but so far things are still chugging along okay. In fact, the big one is still really impressing. So let me show you. All right, here we are at the 2006 Wolf, and you can see this plant is still vibrant and healthy on this side. Lots of good leaves. I mean, I don't know. When I look at it, sometimes I'm thinking like, this is like August or something over here. This plant looks even better than the 2560 Ginger. The pumpkin is still growing at, I measured it today, and we were still growing at, I think, almost 6.5 pounds a day, which I'm kind of blown away by. Most of the weight that I'm seeing is actually on the side to side measurements, and I see it also on the circumference. So these sides are bulging out. I don't think it's getting much taller, which is probably a good thing, because then you don't have too much weight getting up there too high over the blossom end. Lots of checking continuing here and here, and I'm keeping them dry and keeping the fan running, and so yeah, I think it's so far doing good. Every day I look down at the bottom, make sure I'm not seeing anything moist. We're in a little bit of a sort of final year heat wave. We actually hit 100 yesterday, and we're hitting high 90s today, and then it comes back down into the 80s for quite a few days. So a little bit warm yesterday and today, but overall I think good warm weather for late season surge of weight growth. So the new thought I have is, because the pumpkin in patch 1 is the one that worries me the most, I think I'm going to take that one to the first weigh off at Bishops, which means I got to go a whole nother week than I had originally planned with this pumpkin, and this one would maybe go to Elk Grove. So that means instead of this pumpkin being 117 days old, this pumpkin will be 120 something days old. I can't remember the exact number, but basically 7 days older. And right now I think it can do it. So hopefully that holds true. I mean, with the plant looking as good as it does, I think it's likely that it really can. I did have to remove some more plant back here. You can see the pumpkin on this side, and you can see the main vine. I got a few vines that I'm just letting grow. Why the hell not? And you can see I have had to take more leaves off, just that got so crunchy and crumbly, and it's opened it up a little bit more here. And then over here on the 2560 Ginger, you can see how much more main vine I've got here. And I also had to open this up quite a bit more, so there's a bunch more leaves that were removed. These first secondaries are getting pretty bare, but that's okay. This pumpkin, does still have to go 3 weeks. I think almost certainly, unless something changes, I'm going to take this one to Half Moon Bay. So there's the 2560 Ginger plant and pumpkin. You can see this side of the plant, leaves are still looking good. It got a little bit of stuff growing out the side here. Plant is good, not as good as the 2006 Wolf, but this pumpkin is outstanding. You know, it's I measured it today, and it's gaining 9.5 pounds a day still, and it's going to be 100 days old in 2 days. So still pretty young skin. Cantalouping has increased a bit here and there. The stem looks great. You know, definitely some radial checking like I showed before, but nothing that's really worrying me. Everything's staying dry. I've been feeling underneath the pumpkin every morning around the edge. I'm got another fan I'm adding here to blow. It is growing kind of into the dirt a little more, so I keep kind of excavating the dirt away. And I added that fan to really keep that area dry. Sometimes in the morning I feel it, and it will feel a little bit wet from condensation. But yeah, I mean, it's basically doing an inch a day still. And I still have 3 weeks to go. And I think Half Moon Bay is the right place to take this pumpkin. It's my biggest pumpkin that I've ever grown. And the Half Moon Bay Way Off is one of the most kind of famous and exciting way offs to go to. And, you know, in all likelihood, the king of pumpkin growing, Travis Ginger, who actually grew the seed that this is from, he's likely to be there all the way from Minnesota with a really big pumpkin. So even though this is an amazing pumpkin and it's way over 2,000 pounds, you know, chances are there's still a bigger pumpkin coming to that way off. But, you know, I figure why not take it to the best way off and go against the best and just see what happens. So that's what I'm going to do. You know, as long as it stays healthy for the next few weeks. So that's about it. I just staying on top of the plant and keeping an eye on the pumpkin, and I measure every couple of days, and growth numbers are still looking good. Weather is good. We've got good amount of warmth right now, and hopefully I see a lot of people at the way off this weekend. It'll be a little anticlimactic bringing a really small pumpkin to the first way off, but hey, 3 pumpkins combined, if I can get over 4,300 or 4,500, then I can earn a jacket. And if that pumpkin is over 2,200, which shouldn't be a problem, then that's another way you can earn a jacket. So all right, well, I think that'll be the update for the week.